my heart is in two places, and you know, kind of growing up, I played a lot of baseball just because of who my dad is, and I didn't really start liking football until I got to, you know, high school. But you know, baseball was there first, and you know, I wanted to continue it after high school, even though I got a football scholarship. You know, whenever I can, I'll be at every workout, and I'm always putting in the work to try to become a better football player, as well as trying to be a better baseball player.
Torii Hunter Jr. is in there with the touchdown catch.
We want to make sure he can contribute effectively in both sports, and if he can do that, let's go help both teams. In Coach Aoki's program, you have to be an elite player, and to play Notre Dame football, you have to certainly be an elite player. So there has to be a little bit of a give and take.
You know, Torii wants to come out here, and we have a little roster space this year, and so we want to see where this might be able to go.
Unfortunately, last year, you know, I couldn't play football because of my injury that I had in my senior year in high school. I broke my femur, and that set me back for an entire year.
Probably the big thing is just for folks to have a little bit of patience, you know. I mean, this is a kid between football and you know, a pretty catastrophic injury in his senior year of high school. Hasn't touched a bat in 3 years, and so he needs a little bit of time to see where this might be able to lead him.
I still have big expectations for myself because I'm just a competitor at heart, and I always want to do the best that I can. But I also have to understand that, you know, I haven't played, and I shouldn't be so hard on myself because I kind of was, you know, my first couple weeks being back swinging and being out in the field. I was super hard on myself, but I wasn't giving myself the benefit of the doubt. I think I'm a really strong defensive player. I cover a lot of ground in the outfield at the center field position.
Even when we watched him in high school, he was a kid who could really go get a ball in the outfield. I think he could be a game-changing kind of speed on the bases in terms of being able to steal, going first to third, first to home, that sort of thing.
I'm no expert in the baseball game, but I would think that he, you know, certainly could field. You know, he's somebody that has that ability to track it very well, is very fluid as an athlete, can run.
You know, I always try to be a tough out. I always try to take you to like a 3-2 count, and then from there just battle it out. I've talked to the football guys since last year about playing baseball, and they've all been for it. You know, they're excited to see me play this year. And the baseball guys, you know, they really accepted me into the locker room. So I kind of just went in and tried to integrate it as best as I could and learn their ways as quick as possible because I didn't want to mess anything up that they already had.
Torii is a phenomenally good kid. He's fit right into our clubhouse. Our kids really enjoy being around him. He's you know, like I said, he's a really, really nice kid. So that makes the transition incredibly easy.
When I first told my dad that I was able to play baseball, he was really excited about it, and you know, this is what he wanted for me, you know, from the get-go. You know, leading into the season, he's giving me advice, you know, about hitting and all that stuff, but mainly he wanted me to make sure I stay up on my grades and meet with my professors and just make sure that I'm on top of my academics.
Well, he's a good student. I think that's the prerequisite for me to allow somebody to, you know, venture into playing, you know, at the highest level here at Notre Dame. And so you have to have your academics in order, and he's someone that's exhibited, you know, that kind of discipline and the ability to handle it in the classroom. My conversations with Torii Sr. were only in the recruiting process, in that we would give him a fair chance and we would let him pursue baseball, but he had to handle his academics and he had to be a contributor to both teams.
I think the commonality in all of it is just the idea that Notre Dame is very much committed to allowing the student athlete to pursue his or her dreams to the very highest level.
And you know, I know it's going to be tough, but I've heard of guys who've done it, Golden Tate, Jeff Samardzija, and they're both doing pretty well right now. And they did well while they were here, so I think I'm more than capable of doing it because I've done it, you know, my whole life. And you know, I just need to get my timing down. And once that happens, you know, hopefully I hit the ground running. This is Torii Hunter Jr., Notre Dame football wide receiver and Notre Dame baseball outfielder.